Divine will and free will. Divine will is where it's your soul purpose, it's your higher self leading you on your highest potential. Free will is where you're free to choose your own choices based on your belief systems, based on the mindsets, and based on the ancestral mindsets or who has your hand in the system. So this webinar is, I'm going to work very, very deeply with the ancestral information because what comes up very strong is that we're not fully committed in our own free will, that there's other systems running us from the ancestral line and different covenants, agreements that we've made, or ancestors have made, or parents have made, which is affecting us in influencing us in our free will. So this webinar is about really stepping into your own embodiment of your own free will and freeing yourself up from other people's expectations and agreements and parts of their system which they've denied in the ancestral line. So you're going to work very deeply with the ancestors to see what part is running from them to you, and then to honor it and then to release it from your system. We will work really, really deeply with any ancestral denial, any ancestral experiences which is running your system and which is operating your system. There could be a mom who back there, or someone who had, didn't have children and is almost like wishing that into the future generation, that you experience what I experienced. And that will keep you out of your will of having a child. And also about creating, or somebody is back there resentful of your finances or your opportunities or your lifestyle. So I'm going to look very deeply into the system in this webinar to see what is behind all systems, to see what is keeping you out of your free will, so you can really embody your own free will, your own choices, and reconnect it with your divine will. This is going to be very, very deep. We went really deeply into the mother-father wounds, and this was really, really deep and really important work. So if you didn't do the mother and father wounds webinar, I really would recommend it, because that is really going to be the key for showing up what's in your system. Mother and father is the basics. Then also the genetic work is also the basics. Without the genetic work, you're going into systems that you don't know about. But if you bring consciousness to those systems, you really bring realizations into the system. So I'd say anyone who hasn't done the genetic work I have on the genetic family system, I'd highly recommend that, because that will really organize your system. It's about you taking full sovereignty of your own system. So that would be the family genetic system. And then also relationship systems I worked with. But this webinar is going to go deeper. It's another step deeper from the mother and father wounds. We did protection, but all this is wakening up the ancestors to start showing up what is affecting you. And are you ready for this experience? Are you ready to commit to reclaiming your own free will? So I would ask you, are you ready to look into your system at systems which are affecting you in your daily life about your free will? And for that work, you need to be ready to be supported by your ancestors and look at what is in the ancestral system. So this is really what you're entering. You're entering a space of, I agree to look into my system, into the places I'm not aware of, which is keeping me out of my free will, or which ancestor is keeping me out of my free will. And we will clear it then in the system and ask the ancestral support in that. So I look forward to seeing you at the webinar if this resonates. And it's going to go very deep into the systems and have profound results. I can feel it. I've been working very deeply with this the last weeks, and especially the last week. So yeah, it's going to be a deep one. It's going to be a strong one. And it's going to be really transformative in the way you express yourself in life and the way you make decisions in life. Thank you for all your support and thank you for being on this journey with me. And it's so beautiful how we're all getting clearer and realization more and more systems are opening up because they're ready to be transformed. And if you want to change the world around you, you must change your own system. What is in your own system? So where are we not in our own free will? Starts inside us in our genetics. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.